Conflict in the workplace destroys morale, destroys profit, destroys a business. Today, I'm going to talk about how to resolve it like that. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Greg Winteregg, CEO, Matterhorn Business Development. I've had to resolve tons of conflict in different businesses in my 40 years in business. And I am here to tell you, you cannot ignore it. I have done it. I've been the victim of that, and I've created a big mess because of it. So now, if you're watching this video, I assume you may be in the middle of a mess, or you see an impending mess, or you want to know how to prevent a previous mess. So, number one, when you know there is a conflict, it cannot be ignored. Time heals all wounds is a complete lie. If there are two employees that are not getting along, then you as the owner or you as the manager over these employees must step in immediately. It's not like it's going to be better tomorrow. Have you ever had a paper cut? Just a little paper cut, and oh, it's going to be fine. And then tomorrow it's a little tender, and the day after that it's a little more tender, and the day after that you can't even touch it. That's like letting a conflict fester. So over time, it gets worse, and then the least little disagreement between these two people is going to be this major explosion. So it must be resolved immediately the moment that you recognize it. We have to find out. There's a disagreement. So what you have to do as the senior over that area, the manager or the owner, you sit down with these two people, you stop production. Now, if you're servicing the public, across the counter, a cash register, a service industry like a chiropractor, okay. But then as soon as there's a break, as soon as the day ends, as soon as there's a lunch break, nobody leaves. You take two chairs, you sit them down, you have these people face each other, you sit in the middle, and we're like, okay, folks, we're going to talk this out. So what is happening? Now, there have to be some rules that I have found. When person A is talking, they get to talk, and person B listens. And if person B wants to start arguing, then you, sitting there as the mediator, have to shut up person B and just say, you're going to get your turn. Let person A talk. So then person A talks, and then when person B is talking, person A must shut up and listen, and you're going to sit there and you're going to find out exactly what's going on. Now, while you're being the mediator, your job is to make sure that each person A, person B, they get to say their piece. Now, you're going to sit there and you have to be impartial. So you have to be able to assume person A's viewpoint. You have to be able to assume person B's viewpoint. And the reason that this needs to be done by a manager or the owner is you may sit there and go, holy smokes, we don't have a company policy on this. Person A thought they were doing what you wanted. Person B thought they were doing what you wanted. And you're sitting there like, I don't like either of your answers. I want it done like this, or I want it done like that. And so you sit there and resolve it. Now, if it's not a policy point, this conversation needs to end in some manner with an agreement. And it's not, we're going to agree to disagree. That is not resolving anything. So there has to be a conclusion that we're going to agree going forward. We're going to do it in a particular way, or when this situation arises, this is how we're going to handle it. You, as the senior over the area, as the owner, may need to write something up. It may need to be posted on the wall for everybody. It may be a conflict that's brewing in other parts of the company. So this is critical. The number one factor is do not let a conflict fester. Do not let it continue to brew. We're going to handle this tomorrow. Okay, if we're going to handle this tomorrow, then you two are coming in early. Instead of 8 o'clock, you're going to be here at 7:30, and we're going to handle this. So that's the responsibility. And I've run many activities, many volunteer activities, and when you have a lot of people that are trying to help, everybody's doing what they think wants to be done, needs to be done, then you're going to have conflict. Now, finally, and we've made several videos on this, there are one-star people. 20% of the population is trouble. Everybody knows about Pareto's law, the 80-20 factor, blah, blah, blah. There are one-star people out there that do nothing but create one-star reviews. Now, as a senior over the area, as the owner, you're going to have to confront. Is one of these a one-star employee? Is one of these just really dramatizing this? They love it. They're embracing it. They say it's resolved and tomorrow it's not resolved. And then they're going around and they're complaining to other people in their area about how the boss sat us down, but he didn't listen and blah, blah. Okay, then we're done. All right, we take the one-star employee and we fire them. We tried to resolve a conflict and they're more interested in drama than resolution. So there's always going to be that factor. Not every conflict can be resolved because 20% of the population really is trouble. So I hope this has been helpful today. This is how you resolve a conflict. You sit down, they talk it out, you come to an agreement, or if somebody doesn't want it to resolve, they just need to go. If you're finding our videos helpful and you would like to work with us personally and directly, then you should go to adventuretoprofit.com to apply to see if you qualify to work with us.